All right, I've got the Pixel 9 Pro XL and the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and I'm going to put these devices head to head. And here's what I have to say about both of them before starting off. Up until the Pixel 9 Pro XL came out, the S24 for me was the best all-around smartphone. Best in design, best in software and performance, and the cameras, and the battery life, just like an overall great package. You're getting the best and the best in pretty much every single department. But that may change with the Pixel 9 Pro XL because for using past Pixels, this is a huge step forward in the right direction, and I think a huge upgrade over its predecessors. Now, that doesn't mean if you have a Pixel 8 Pro, go ahead and pick up the new Pixel 9 Pro XL. That's not what I mean. But just in terms of the improvements, I think year over year, this was the largest year over year upgrade in past 2-3 years. That being said, is this Pixel 9 Pro going to replace the S24 Ultra as like the best of the best all around, like MVP smartphone for me at least? Let's see. Let's start things off with design. We're getting really premium designs with both of them. We've got the aluminum frame right here on the Pixel 9 Pro XL, which is a flat, and some people say this looks like an iPhone, and you know what? I'm fine with that. I really don't mind at all. I like the look and feel of it. And then we got titanium on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Now, it's not completely flat like the Pixel 9 Pro XL, but it still borrows titanium just like the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max do, as well as the upcoming 16 Pro and Pro Max. But I love it. There's also an S Pen for the S24 Ultra if you do look for that. And just to look and feel, like when you hold both of them in the hand, they both feel fairly light. And I like how they're both unique in their own way. We got the camera bar, which used to be a camera visor on the Pixel 9 Pro XL, and then the separate camera cutouts on the S24 Ultra. Now, the S24 Ultra is more of a kind of boxy shape versus the rounded corners on the Pixel 9 Pro XL. And ultimately, it comes down to preference, but you're going to like either one, whichever one you try out, you're going to like either one in the hand. The one thing I don't like actually about the Pixel 9 Pro XL is the power button is above the volume buttons. And I'm so used to having the power button under the volume buttons. It's just been taking some time to get used to. So that's just something I wanted to point out. Now, when we come to the front of both phones, here's where things get a little bit different and where I start to kind of choose one device over the other. So starting things off with the Pixel 9 Pro, it's got a super actual display, 120 hertz, obviously, Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and a max 3000 nits of peak brightness. Whereas the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra Dynamic AMOLED display, 120 hertz, Gorilla Glass Armor, which is better than Gorilla Glass Victus 2, and then 2600 nits of peak brightness. But the one thing the S24 Ultra has that the Pixel 9 Pro and pretty much every other device right now on the market doesn't have is anti-reflective coating display. So here it is with the display turned off, and you can barely see the reflection. But when I turn the Pixel 9 Pro, you can clearly see the reflection. You can even see me at one point. But yeah, there's a huge difference, and I wish more devices would adapt the anti-reflective coating display, but I guess not. And for those who, if you see no SIM on the S24 Ultra, that's right. I have no SIM right here currently, obviously, because I'm testing the Pixel 9 Pro XL. But for the longest time, I was using the S24 Ultra. So just do keep that in mind. Now, here's what I have to say. While the Pixel 9 Pro XL is a huge improvement over its predecessors, I still think the S24 Ultra has a more premium design, and I really have come to appreciate the anti-reflective coating display. Now, when we move into the performance, both of them are great on a day-to-day basis. Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 on the S24 Ultra, and then Tensor G4. I know Tensor G4 doesn't really match like the benchmark scores, number stuff against the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, but that for me, that's completely fine because on my day-to-day basis, I mean, I'm doing the same thing regardless of which device I'm using. And that's going to be using it for YouTube videos, checking out YouTube Studio, using it for my Tesla app, sending emails, Google Chrome, messaging, calling. I'm going to be using it for WhatsApp, using it for Threads and for Twitter and all that stuff. And playing games here and there, Call of Duty, Clash of Clans and whatnot. And both of them tackle everything I've just pretty much explained at ease without any issues whatsoever. And they both get 7 years of software updates, which is a huge plus. They're both currently running Android 14, One UI 6 on the S24 Ultra, and then there's Pixel UI. It's not really stock Android anymore. Stock Android is kind of a thing of the past now. We're getting a more Pixel UI look and feel, and I like it. Material U on the Pixel 9 Pro XL, and it obviously does come down to preference, which type of user interface you would prefer. Like I said, both perform exceptionally well with daily tasks, with pretty much everything you throw at it. So it ultimately comes down to which one you prefer to. But if you want to put numbers, yes, S24 Ultra is going to stand out on top. And I don't know, it feels just like a tad bit smoother on the S24 Ultra. It may just be me, but I don't know. I still would choose the S24 Ultra when it comes to the performance, but just like by a hair. Like, just because I'm choosing it doesn't mean this one is terrible. It's just, again, my preference. But I'm still sticking with the Pixel 9 Pro XL throughout my review period. Now, cameras is kind of a little, I would say, biased. Now, I love the 100x zoom, and that's one of the main reasons why I love the S24 Ultra. 200 megapixel camera, 100x zoom, and the camera quality is great. But I personally prefer the Pixel photo results more. And yes, there's 8K video recording and all that stuff, but I don't really use video recording on, like, I'll video record, but it doesn't really I don't really care about it too much. But photos, for me, I like the results of the Pixel more. 50 megapixel wide, 48 megapixel ultra wide, and 48 megapixel telephoto camera, whereas you're getting a 250, 12, and 10 megapixel camera setup on the S24 Ultra. 100x zoom versus 30x digital zoom. So 100x zoom, let me tell you, it has really come in handy when you do come across like a scenario you want to take a picture as far away. Like if I ever go on a trip sometime soon, hopefully soon, this is going to be that phone to bring when it comes to that 100x zoom. But just like if you want a phone that's really good for point and shoot, I'm going to go with the Pixel. Pixel is going to be it for me. And that's going to lead me into the battery department. And both of them are great. So we get 5,060 milliamp hour battery on the Pixel 9 Pro XL versus the 5,000 milliamp hour battery on the S24 Ultra. And while they have great battery life, and both of them last me an entire day, and I can recommend it to those who want great battery life, the slower charging speeds on the Pixel 9 Pro has really gotten annoying. And they could have at least thrown in like 45 watts like charging like the S24 Ultra. Maybe make it a little bit faster. I don't know. Like, I haven't really seen anything over like 37 watts of charging for other people as well too. Like, it's just not as fast. And surprisingly, 45 watts isn't too bad with the S24 Ultra. I remember in 2019, and that's like 5 years ago, the OnePlus 7 Pro had like 33 watts of charging. That was considered fast, and I was really amazed with that charging speeds at the time. So 45 watts still feels pretty fast, at least for me. But I gotta say, the standby time on the Pixel 9 Pro XL far exceeds the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Like, the most I've lost in one night is like 2 to 3%. I've lost more than 3% on the S24 Ultra. So good job with the standby time. And honestly, I would probably prefer the S24 Ultra because of, the charging speeds. And by this point of the video, you probably haven't seen me talk about Gemini AI, Galaxy AI, because one, at least for me, and maybe some are actually interested in a review between Gemini AI, Galaxy AI, and all that stuff. But for me, I don't want to talk about something that I don't really use, and I don't really see it as a determining factor. So Gemini AI and Galaxy AI, I've used them, I've tried them, but I've yet to implement them into my daily workflow. So I haven't really talked about them because they're not going to be a determining factor for me to pick up either or. So that's why I'm not talking about it. But there are some really great videos from other people out there, so definitely be sure to check them out. But yes, I just don't see that because I see it more of like a software thing, and I don't really see software kind of pushing me to pick up one phone over the other. Again, that's just me. You may agree, you may not. That's completely okay. When it comes to the pricing, $1099 for the Pixel 9 Pro XL versus $1299 for the S24 Ultra. And even though the S24 Ultra is more expensive, and mainly because the components like Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 I would still choose this. One is because you're going to get price discounts all the time, and two, the space storage is 256 gigs. Whereas yes, you'll get price drops with this. It'll go on sale, but you're only going to be getting 128 gigs of base. Like starting, you'll get more too as long as you pay more, but the base is 120 gigs. And I think we live in a time, especially if you're paying for a Pro or an Ultra, you shouldn't be getting 120 gigs of storage. So that's what I have to say about the pricing. And to wrap things up, I love both of these devices. And after using the Pixel 9 Pro XL, and I've yet to release my 1 month review on this, so I'm still testing it. But putting them side by side, which one is going to continue to be the 2024 MVP for MTG? It's going to have to be, drum roll please, Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. That's right. It's going to be the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra. Just great smartphone all around in every single department. And don't get me wrong, Pixel 9 Pro XL is a beautiful smartphone. It's a great smartphone. It's a powerful phone. But I don't know. I just prefer the S24 Ultra because of just like a couple extra things that I wish Pixel 9 Pro XL had. Now, again, like I said, that does not push me away from not using the Pixel 9 Pro XL. I could daily this too. That's completely okay. But obviously when I'm putting it side by side with another phone, I'm going to choose one over the other. However, I do want to say this. I think this year is the best year for Pixels. Obviously, every year they release a Pixel is going to be better than its predecessor, but I think it's easier now than ever to recommend a Pixel device, and I will be recommending the Pixel 9 Pro and Pro XL as well as the regular Pixel 9. So if you want to check out the Pixel 9 Pro XL or the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, I'll be leaving links in the description down below. And definitely be sure to check out my latest wallpaper pack. And I will be I'm currently working on a wallpaper pack to release in the next couple weeks as well as the next couple months. But this is one of my favorite ones right now. It's called Urban Glow. Links will be in the description down below. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, definitely be sure to superman the like button. Comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot. It will help push my content out to more people. That's been it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.